Tonight, there are calls for Senator Richard Burr from North Carolina to resign.
There are two parts to this controversy. Both involve what he knew ahead of the outbreak. First, Senator Burr himself acknowledged he sold up to $1.7 million of his own stock right before the market crash. And there's an audio recording in which he warns a small group of people about the dire effects of coronavirus well before the government itself knew maybe how severe it would actually be. Our government reporter Joe Bruno has been investigating this since yesterday. Joe, he's one of several lawmakers on both sides of the aisle to do this. And also, we should note, Senator Burr is the chair of the Senate Intelligence Committee.
He was receiving regular briefings and access to intelligence reports about coronavirus that the public didn't have the opportunity to review. By selling all the stocks, he ended up saving a lot of money, but now he is facing a Senate investigation. North Carolina's senior senator and co-chair of the Intelligence Committee, Richard Burr, under fire for selling hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stocks before the market spiral. The sale coming days after the senator wrote this op-ed for Fox News saying the United States is better prepared than ever for COVID-19. Meredith McGehee with the watchdog group Issue 1 is an expert on Congress and ethics. She says Burr's stock dump is troubling because he was receiving high-level information on coronavirus that the public wasn't aware of.
The thing in this case that is just particularly troubling is this was done apparently from information in an intelligence briefing and at a time of national crisis.
We've obtained these financial disclosure forms for Senator Richard Burr. They show the sale of 33 stocks on February 13th, estimated at between $628,000 and $1.72 million. The sales include industries hit hard because of coronavirus, including up to $150,000 in shares for Extended Stay America and up to $150,000 in shares for Wyndham Hotels. Senator Burr is defending himself, releasing this statement saying, "I relied solely on public news reports to guide my decision regarding the sale of stocks on February 13th. Specifically, I closely followed CNBC's daily health and science reporting out of Asia bureaus at the time." In this letter to the Senate Ethics Committee, Senator Burr asks for an expedited investigation. Catawba College political expert Dr. Michael Bitzer says that may be challenging given the COVID-19 pandemic.
That causes a whole new dynamic that I don't think anybody can truly anticipate what might happen going forward.
He says when the investigation does happen, Senator Burr may have a hard time explaining those stock sales.
I think it's going to be very difficult for the senator to make a differentiation between what he learned as the Senate Intelligence Committee chair and what everybody else knew in public.
Criticism is coming from both parties, including from North Carolina Senator Thom Tillis, who is a Republican. He says Senator Burr owes all North Carolinians an explanation. Scott.
So the concern here, Joe, is that this stock sale happened before the extent of the crisis was known to us and the general public. And Senator Burr was not alone in selling off before the market went down. Take a look. Federal financial disclosures show that Republican Georgia Senator Kelly Loeffler sold $1.2 million in stock after a Senate Health Committee meeting. Republican Jim Inhofe of Oklahoma sold a total of $230,000 after Burr sold his. And California Democrat Dianne Feinstein sold off about $1.5 million in stock before the crash.